What's going on, everyone? So for my final analysis presentation, I'm going to be doing it on the 2020 Golden Globes opening monologue by Ricky Gervais. And then the concept that I'm going to do to break it down is use Burke's pentad. So I'm just going to jump in straight to the 5 parts of Burke's pentad. And we're going to first start off with act. So this is, in the book it states, writers will undoubtedly discuss some kind of act when they communicate. In fact, Burke believed the act to be the central term of the pentad. So basically, this is just what happens or takes place. Next is the scene. This refers to the background of the act or the situation in which the act took place. The agent is the person who performed the act. Agency refers to the means through which an action takes place. And then finally is the purpose. And this is just the focus on the reasoning for doing something. And so those are the 5 sections of Burke's pentad. And so I'm going to now break down the Golden Globes opening monologue, and I'm going to switch up the order a little bit of the pentad just to give you some of the context and things first. So first we're going to use the scene, and then which is the context or background of the action. And so every single year there is an award show called the Golden Globes, and if you haven't seen it, it's just basically for all the major movies, actors, actresses, screenplay writers, audio, visual effects, all that kind of stuff. It's just an award show for all these big movies that are super popular and people really like. And it's just an award show for all those people to get acknowledged and then maybe win some awards, and it's broadcasted for all of us to see. And so this happens every year. And the agent in this is obviously the person I want to focus on is Ricky Gervais. And he is a comedian slash actor. If you don't know who it is, just look up a picture of him. I'm sure you recognize him. I think he was in Night at the Museum. And so he's hosted the Golden Globes 5 or 6 times before this. So he's been there a lot before. So the agency, which is the means through which an action takes place, the way he communicated his message was in the opening monologue. So every year the host has a little 10-minute little introduction comedy routine that they do before the award show starts. And so this was the means that Ricky Gervais did his act. And so the act, what happened or took place, if you haven't seen this, just look up opening monologue or Golden Globes 2020. It's 8 minutes long and hilarious. So basically, Ricky just starts making jokes and calling out the entire audience, and the audience is just all the celebrities and Hollywood stars in these movies, so Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro, just all these big time celebrities, and he's just grilling and coming at their heads, all of them. Super funny. And so he just starts making kind of generic jokes, lighthearted jokes, but he also says some really cringy, uncomfortable at times jokes. And so I'm going to read off a couple. This is the first one. And this is Ricky talking. So Apple roared into the TV game with The Morning Show, a superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. Well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for are in China. Unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, just bringing up some big issues and some big time companies and just calling all these sponsors and people out. And then the last one is, so if you do win an award tonight, don't use this as a platform to make a political speech. You are in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. So if you win, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and F off. It's already 3 hours long. All right, let's do the first award. So just those were a little more the not so lighthearted jokes. And so it was just 8 straight minutes of kind of uncomfortable joking. And like when they panned to the audience, some people were laughing, some people were trying to hold in laughs, and some people were just like super upset. You can tell they were like disturbed. So now the last section of Burke's Pentad we're going to look at is the purpose. So reason and action took place. Obviously, I don't really know exactly why Ricky Gervais did this, so this is kind of speculation. But kind of the reason I thought of was he was kind of just saying it how it was and just being super straightforward. A lot of, I mean, a lot of these companies and stuff, they do run sweatshops or bad and intensive labor things. And a lot of celebrities and people say that they support, eco-friendly things or human rights and are big activists for this. And then they go support companies like this. So it's just kind of counterintuitive, and he's kind of calling them out. And then just telling everyone that don't give a little speech, and that usually all the celebrities do. And he's just saying that you guys are kind of in no position to lecture the public, all these working class people who have normal jobs, just saying like how they don't understand how our lives work. So in a sense, he was kind of just being straightforward and kind of just saying what everyone was thinking at home. So that's kind of what I felt his purpose to be. He didn't really have to make those jokes because he's already funny by himself, but maybe he just felt the need to switch it up and kind of ruffle up some feathers and see what happens. And maybe not all the celebrity stars liked it, but I think a big majority of like the general public thought it was super funny and really liked it. So I think he was pretty successful. And then the reason I chose this was to just kind of go over something that I thought was super funny. And then also I felt like it helped explain Burke's Pentad by going into like specific examples and stuff. Thank you.